What's up, traders? This is Matt with Conservative Trades. Hope everyone is doing all right today. As you can see, we are ending the day up $246.02. And, today is a really good example of what happens when you control your losses and how you can be wrong more times than you are right. As long as when you're right, your profits far outweigh the losses. This is a perfect example of that. I mean, you can see here, Disney lost 21 bucks, PTON 12 bucks, Apple 7 bucks, NCLH 13 bucks, MGNX $19.50, which this was actually a little bit more. I did make some of that back on a couple scalps here, but then you can see the winners. Even my smallest winner outweighs every single one of the losses. We had $27 here on ATVI, but then we had 150.38 on BYND, and we're up $141.14 on Pinterest. So, as a matter of fact, I was up at one point. I had taken a trade and I was up roughly around 270 something, and then I basically wanted to take another trade just to see if I could get break over the 300 mark, but I couldn't do it. It ended up pulling back here to 246.02. So I'm just going to stop here, guys. I'm just going to stop here. I always, I have these rules where, I'll go for certain points. I'll set certain goals. But if I've made it so far into the day, so far into the green, and if I don't, within the next trade or two, if I don't meet that goal and I end up losing X amount, then I'll just stop. And so I'm kind of at that stopping point today. And so, again, ending the day, $246.02. And MGNX, look at this stock. This stock is actually going nuts. It's just going crazy. Got in for a quick scalp here and then just had this massive run up here. And it got halted. And then it dropped, fell off, and then it got halted going down. And then, of course, it's just kind of been whipping around. And this was basically a little break-even short scalp here, maybe lost a little bit on that, but anyway, this stock, I mean, look at this stock. I was trading it earlier this morning, and I really thought that this stock was going to end up failing. I did not think that it was going to get the push up that it did, but I'll tell you what, something must have happened. I don't know if there was some kind of news or whatever, but this thing has just skyrocketed, just completely skyrocketed, and I'm sure blown away and far exceeded anybody's expectations of what this stock could do today. As you can see, went all the way up to 27.34, and that's pretty much where it ended up losing its lunch, as I say oftentimes in the live stream. So but anyway, guys, instead of going through all of these trades today, I will tell you the most disappointing trade of the day was on PTON. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because I had drawn this trend line here, and I knew that as long as it didn't break through this trend line, and when I say breakthrough, I mean confirm a hold over it, or at least break this previous high over here. I knew if it could basically remain right here, below the trend line, we would be good. Now, so I took a short here. I took a short at 37.14, and I set a stop at 37.20. Right here at the break of the trend line. And here's the thing. I think this is the one. You'll have to go back on the live stream, guys. If I'm not mistaken, I think that this is the one that I accidentally got in a little too late on. I think, I got a late fill at 37.14, and I think I wanted to take it at the break of, or I think I wanted to take it right at the bounce of the trend line here, closer up into the 20s. Because again, what I'll normally do, and I'll just move this out of the way so you can see, what I'll normally do is when I'm watching trend lines, because these trend lines work, I tell you guys all the time, and I'll show you, I'm going to give you a great demonstration even on this stock alone. But I tell you, oftentimes there will be fake out breakouts over trend lines. And so it's always good to at least put your stop at the previous high. So I really should have had a stop right here at 37.40, but because I got a late fill and I just wanted to just stay on the trend line. So but of course, obviously now I'm kicking myself and I'm thinking, man, I should have just stuck to that. I should have just stuck to that, because look at this move. Look at this move. We got to move all the way down from my fill at 37.14. We went all the way down, almost a full $2 move, almost a full $2 move. And so that actually would have ended up being a really nice trade. Obviously, I wouldn't have held all 100 shares for that move, but I probably would have taken out 50 here at the break of the VWAP, and then maybe another 50 here or at least 25 here at the previous day close, maybe another 25 somewhere down here. So it ultimately would have given me probably about anywhere from maybe an $80 to $100, maybe even $110 move, depending on how I played it. And oftentimes I'll end up adding back in, and so who knows? This actually could have even been a $150 move for me. But look at how well this trend line was respected. It was respected here. It was respected here. It is respected here, even though it was a fake out breakout. But it did not have a break of the previous high, and it did not confirm. It did not close above that trend line, and it came all the way down. And even when it made a run back up, look, another fake out breakout, another fake out breakout, had a really hard time confirming a close over it. And once it did, of course, it curled around, consolidated in that area, but it came back and basically touched it a few times, and then ended up going on this incredible move here. And as you can see, PTON is, or PTON, I should say. I get in the habit of calling it PTON. I think that sounds so stupid, though. So PTON is breaking out of, I think, all-time highs. Is this all-time highs? Yes, this is all-time highs. And so I was talking about that in the live stream today, that we could get a possible breakout of all-time highs. And so it's getting a really nice run up here. Kind of wishing that I had gotten in on it for that. But anyway, guys, I'll just go over a couple of these other trades here, the ones that we did really well on. Let's see. And you know what? I will go over the Disney trade, because I managed risk really well on this. You can see I was only down $21 on Disney today. But it came up, and I thought that what it was going to do was get a fake out breakout on the VWAP. And, the thing is SPY was pretty weak at that time, and Disney tends to track with SPY. But for some reason, it was showing a divergence. But I got in here because I thought this was going to be a VWAP fake out, and I was looking to get a nice little scalp down here. But it just never worked out. And so I got out half my shares here. And of course, after it started breaking through this level here, I went ahead and got out the rest. So I'm really glad I held to that, because guys, look at this move. Look at how far up it came. Look at how far up it came. And even up here at the top, I ended up trying to go short again. And then I didn't like how it looked, so I went ahead and got out. So even, with all that trading, guys, we only lost 21 bucks on Disney. Okay. So I'm really happy about how I handled that. Pinterest was a call that I made today in the live stream. Again, to those of you who are new to the channel, you can always go check out the live streams. They are posted to the channel after they are processed and after the live stream's over. So, but I was saying here, we had a major sell-off this morning on Pinterest, and I just knew that we had an opportunity to get some buyback up on it today, because it hit these levels multiple times in pre-market, even kind of flushed through here. You can see it had already hit 3 times around the 1720 area, and so I went ahead and went long here at 1737, and I held on to it because this just did not look like the real deal. This did not look like the real deal, and it got bought up real quickly, and that's when I really found confidence on it. And so it came up here, and I ended up buying another 100 shares here at 1763, and then I ended up getting out here because we were still in pre-market, and I thought to myself, it didn't have the run-up that I wanted it to, so I'm going to go ahead and get out, and I'm glad I did, because when the market opened up here, it just completely dumped. But as I saw it dumping, I saw it once again coming down to these levels here, around the 720 levels, so I went ahead and got long 100 shares, and I really wish I had gotten in with a few hundred shares there, because this was an incredible move back up. And I averaged back in with another 100 shares here at 1750, bringing my average to roughly around 200 shares at maybe 1730. Came all the way up here, took my first take profit at 1787, and then I added again here at 1804. It looked like it was teetering. It kind of shot up here, but then it was pulling back. So I went ahead and got out here at 1810. And then I got out more here at 1797, and then when it came back on this candle here, I went ahead and added back to it, because I thought, wow, this is maybe going to break out and we're going to get a nicer move on this, but it just looked like it was weak, and so I went ahead and just got out my shares here and didn't trade it anymore today. But I tell you what, in that move, I was able to make $141 BYND. I came here and I saw, it was having a massive run up. BYND has been having a run up just because of, the reports of there being a shortage in supply of meat. And so BYND obviously, has been on a tear because of this. And I had drawn this trend line here. I drew this actually a few days ago. And so when I pulled the chart up, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We're hitting up against a trend line. And so it looked really good for, if there was rejection here at the trend line, and if it lost the 200-day moving average, that we were going to potentially get a good short on it. But what ended up happening is, you can see here, it remained very, very strong. Now, I did get a brief little short here, but it didn't look good. And so I went ahead and got out, just took a little small profit here, but I'm glad I did, because it shot way up here. And then I just kind of sat back on it, came back, visited it later. It looked like it was forming this rollover pattern. It was kind of teetering around these levels. It had already had a massive run up. And on top of that, it was meeting a previous area of what could be considered resistance here on the daily. And so I went ahead and went short, and this was the beautiful move here. I went short, took profit here, added in back here as it was kind of coming up. Just because I felt like, if we can continue to get a rejection off the EMA, we'll get a better move. So I added in here, and I was very patient with it, came down, added again, and then of course took profit down here. And then it came back up here, looked like it was rolling over again, and I thought maybe it was going to be respecting this trend line here. So I went ahead and got short here, but it slammed down, and then it got bought right back up at the EMA. So I went ahead and just got out my shares right there. And then right here, it came all the way up again, another run up, another really good run up, and then it got slammed back down here. So I thought this might be a good place to go short real quick, even just for a quick move back to the 9 EMA. And of course, I went ahead and took it here, and then it went to the 9 EMA, and I thought, wow, we might actually break down even further. We are pretty extended over VWAP. Let's see what happens here. But it started coming back, so I got out. And then another beautiful move here. Same thing, it had a nice little run up, but you can see that the volume is starting to wear down a little bit. The volume's wearing down, and it's just not having the bullish momentum that it was having earlier here in the day. And so it looked weak again. So I went ahead and went short, took profit here, and was patient with the guys, took more profit here, added in back here, ended up having to take a loss on that. But then I added in here, took profit here, and then got out the rest here. So a lot of good trading here on BYND today. And so it looks like, and so we made 150 on that. So it looks like pretty much after the day, though, guys, a lot of these tickets for me are about $1 a piece, just because of the small share size that I trade with. So really maybe about, I don't know, 50 some tickets here, I think, maybe 60 tickets. So I'm probably ending the day up about 180, maybe 190 after fees and commissions and everything. So it's a good day today, guys. And I was telling the guys in the live stream, I needed a good day like this. I needed a $200 day. And really, seeing that I was up, around 270 at one point, 272, I think it was, to be exact. But seeing how close I was to that 300 mark, I just had to take a stab at it, guys. But we're going to end it right here, and I feel pretty good about this. And we're just going to continue to pad the account and come in here each day and look for some of these really nice trades. And listen, if you're new to the channel, would love for you to join us in the live stream. We do stream live here every day, Monday through Friday, beginning roughly around 9 a.m. And we have a really great community of traders, some really solid guys there in the chat, and would love for you guys to join us. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Take care.